Hi! I don't know how to intro this video, so I'm just gonna start talking. If you aren't already aware, there's a song by a TikToker named XoBrooklynne. It's called My Crown. You may have seen it in your recommendeds. You may have, dare I say, heard the song. And I think there's like something really interesting happening with this song. I know that Grayson of Grayson's Projects made a video about it, and I agree with a lot of what she said in her video about this, but I want to hone in on I feel like a particularly apt comparison. I think I'm in sort of a strange position where I don't find out about things like this from following internet people. I'm just not in touch with internet personalities for the most part. The reason I even found this music video was because I was following the DP for it on Instagram. So I was definitely coming from the music video production community perspective rather than having literally any idea who this artist was. And I fully didn't realize that Brooklynne, the artist in question, has 10 million TikTok followers. I feel like so many people on TikTok have so many followers that you just can't even keep track of all of them, to be honest. Brooklynne got popular from doing body positivity TikToks where she would respond to hate comments, basically just showing off her body, showing herself, loving her body. And Grayson did a little bit more about the particular background of the song in her video, but I'm not gonna regurgitate that here because that's not really what I want to talk about. So if you want to check out that for more information, I'll have her video linked below. But basically my perception of the situation is that Brooklynne is pulling a very intentional Friday by Rebecca Black. Let me explain. If you haven't heard the song, by the way, feel free to go listen to it because you will know what I'm talking about. I just can't play any clips in this video. So I think it's slightly more common knowledge now that Rebecca Black really just made Friday for fun and could not have anticipated the response it got. From my understanding, her parents paid a production company that would make this song and this music video for her, and it was basically supposed to just be a birthday present for her and her friends. And because of that being the context, she was wholly unprepared for the hate it got at the time. People were being really horrible to her and making fun of her, and that was not at all anticipated because it really was supposed to just be this fun little music video. I remember people in my middle school just making fun of that song so much, but that wasn't the anticipated response. So that's sort of the background information on Friday and what really happened there. And I really think that Brooklynne is using Friday and Rebecca Black as a blueprint for blowing up. If you've heard it, the song itself is not the best. You can tell it was produced professionally and all that, and also the music video is great. Good job everyone who worked on the music video. But a lot of people don't like it. And if you listen to the song, you will understand why. But the reason I'm even talking about this is because I get the sense that this is mostly an intentional choice. She's kind of poking fun at herself. And this is a bit ironic because, Gen Z humor is just incredibly ironic. And I honestly hope for her sake that this isn't a passion baby because, oh god, that would be devastating for anybody. Honestly, when I went through and read the comments on this video, it was before I had any context about who she was or how it had gotten 1.8 million views when her channel had 5,000 subscribers. That was so confusing to me. Now knowing that she has 10 million followers, it makes a lot of sense. But I was honestly a little bit shocked at how openly mean the comments were without any context. And it makes definitely a lot more sense knowing that a lot of these people probably came over from TikTok. Anybody else watching the video probably just found it in the recommendeds and it was probably why is this blowing up? But I think that it's important that a lot of this audience came over from TikTok. I think people on TikTok in general are very comfortable with being very mean, especially when it's a trend to do so. People really tend to dogpile on TikTok because you're sort of seeking approval from your fellow TikTok users, I guess, whether that be in the comments or in a TikTok trend. If the trend is hating on something, then people are gonna do it because everybody is kind of seeking online approval, especially on that app. And in this case, the comments on the music video are very mean in that she is the butt of the joke, the song is the butt of the joke, but they're not particularly malicious. So let me read some of these comments for you. First one, I've got depression and it's really difficult for me to do anything because of the low motivation. I just want to say thank you for getting me out of bed bed just to turn your song off. Another one. Hey Brooklyn, 6 years ago I was in a car crash and was paralyzed. Today I listened to your song and it was the biggest motivation to get up and turn it off. Thank you so much. I played this song at my grandma's funeral. She crawled out of her grave just to turn it off. Dear Brooklyn, I've been struggling ever since I lost both of my hands in a chainsaw accident. You motivated me to use my toes to turn this horrible crap off. Did it take an hour? Yes. Was it worth it? Definitely. I've been struggling for a few weeks now. Just getting out of bed in the morning is really hard, but your song inspired me. I was able to get up this morning to turn it off. Much love and gratitude. Thanks. Dear Brooklyn, this song is a miracle. It made my dead grandfather come out of his grave and fly across the world to throw my phone out of the window. So you see the format here. Before I move on, I definitely do want to acknowledge that some of these comments are very insensitive, particularly the lost both of the hands one and the paralyzed one, because able-bodied people making those jokes is just a little inappropriate. And obviously I don't know who these commenters are, but I think it might be kind of safe to assume that. So there is a little bit of a trend of insensitivity and a lack of critical thought that is definitely very prevalent on TikTok and the internet as a whole. So I'm just acknowledging that because I don't want to say oh, these are funny without acknowledging some of these actually have some problems. Other comments kind of just include she really went from spreading body positivity to everybody wants a piece of my crown, which I'll talk about in a second. But you can see a very, very clear meme format in these comments, which I think just demonstrates what I'm talking about how people jump on a trend, even if that trend is being mean to somebody, to gain approval from others, because all of these comments have a ton of likes. And they're not really made with the intention of being seen by the artist. They're really just comedy for others. So these comments are very mean, but they're also pretty funny and make a lot of sense. And if Brooklyn is being intentional about the way that the song is, then I imagine that this is the kind of response that she wanted. It's a joke, and people are treating it as such, but it's garnering a lot of attention. If she's pulling an intentional Rebecca Black, she is definitely succeeding. It's about getting clicks, and it's about getting people to comment and to talk about it, just like I'm talking about it right now, even though I also don't really care. To me, some of the lyrics seem pretty self-aware and satirical, and then some of them, especially in the chorus, kind of give off the everybody wants to be me response to haters, which if that's how you deal with it, that's okay. But we're also kind of tired of hearing it. And I think it's really hard for that particularly to be satirical when you actually do have a huge following, because it's just sort of check yourself a little bit here. Can you really be ironic about that? You're in the place of privilege there. I make this point here, but I also want to say, I wouldn't go so far as to say that's problematic in any way. I feel if we were gonna pick our battles, this is not the battle that we would be picking. So I mentioned it, but whatever, whatever. It's fine. But I don't really feel spending that much time analyzing the lyrics in a song that is probably supposed to be bad and a joke. If it's not supposed to be that way, I'm so sorry, Brooklyn. As a songwriter myself, it gets better. It's all about practice. The fact that some people release their first song into the world is crazy to me. With Dixie D'Amelio, her first song, is that the first song she ever made? And who... she must have worked with songwriters, and I just, how much were they being paid, and why? And who said that was okay? Who let her do that? I actually don't like shitting on musicians, because I am one myself, and I know it's scary to put things in the world, but also, when super mega influencers release songs that are, not the best, and they, get so much attention, it just makes me want to die a little bit. Maybe it's the jealousy monster. I don't know. That's my take on My Crown. I think it's Friday by Rebecca Black, but intentional. That's also my take on whatever that song by Dixie is called. Is it called Happy? It's a breakup song, right? About a relationship that everybody knows about. Oh my God. Ugh. Influencer culture? Crazy. If you haven't already heard My Crown, do I recommend listening to it? Maybe. Grayson went so far as to describe some of the lyrics as camp, and honestly, I completely agree. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like me, subscribe me. I'm just trying out something different, Okay, bye. I'll see you in the next one. But tonight, now I know I should go before you.